Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all my content predictions again for this weekend here in NBA 2K25 My Team. And I know this is probably a little bit repetitive because this is basically what I did last week. And so if y'all don't want to watch the video because of that, that is fine. I get it. I'm not going to blame you. I'm telling you right now, this video is going to be kind of repetitive to last week's, but I truly do believe that we are getting out of position tomorrow, and I have grown very consistent with these content predictions videos. So I really appreciate y'all for watching them. I think y'all are expecting them at this point on a weekly basis on Thursday. So I'm doing one this week, even though they're not super duper different to what last week's content predictions were. But I do think we are going to see out of position tomorrow. It just makes sense. I feel like we are getting out of position, and out of position means one thing: an extremely glitchy, ridiculous, invincible, and potentially 100 overalls in tomorrow's drop, considering we are definitely going to see a 100 overall and an invincible card in the, or sorry, two 100 overalls and an invincible card in this drop. Once we get out of position, which I guarantee you we will, it will be this week or next week, because the week after that is season 7, the start of season 7, and they're doing these throwback drops here in season 6. If y'all have not noticed, if y'all didn't see the tweet about it originally, or you don't know, maybe this is your first year of My Team, these are all throwback drops of drops that came out before Prime, Signature Series, Flash, fan favorites, and for whatever reason Pantheon was one of the ones they brought back as well. But a very probably the most popular and maybe unpopular as well drop in the history of My Team is out of position. Plain and simple. Like, there's no doubt about it. Out of position is as both popular and unpopular as we have ever seen in terms of content. And here's the honest truth, y'all. I'm just going to start with the big boys this time, and then I'll talk about the other guys we could see. I don't know if this is, I think this is who I said last week. I don't remember for sure. I'm pretty sure. LeBron James has gotten a point guard card every single year in My Team for a very long time, starting in season 6 last year with this 100 overall card. In 2K23, we got point guard LeBron. When did point guard LeBron get his first point? Wow, he didn't get a point guard card till his end game in 2K23. So maybe we won't see the point guard Bron that early. In 2K22, we had point guard Bron also in end game. Did he really not get a card at point guard? I guess he got, oh, he got an invincible. No, that's a small power forward. You know what? I don't remember. I guess LeBron hasn't gotten as many point guard cards as I thought he had. In the past, I know he's gotten some cards. Like, we had a, I guess his out of position point guard Bron in 2K21 was really good. But maybe he hasn't gotten these point guard cards quite as early in the year as I feel like he had in the past. Definitely has. I mean, 2K20 had this legendary out of position pink diamond point guard, which of course was an out of position card, even though it wasn't an out of position drop. It was glitched positionally. He was glitched as an out of position card back then. Obviously, 2K's dropped a lot of out of position drop since. I don't believe LeBron himself has ever been included in an out of position drop. This would be among the earlier times that 2K has added an out of position LeBron James to a card. It would make sense considering we have not gotten an invincible point guard yet. The point guard position is probably one of those so overall a little bit weaker positions, and LeBron James is the biggest pack seller that 2K can drop, and he has not seen a card since the All-Star break. And it is honestly pretty time relevant as well, because as I record this video Wednesday night, the Lakers just lost to the Timberwolves. They're out of the playoffs, and maybe that means LeBron doesn't get a card tonight or this weekend. Maybe it does. I don't really know what we're going to see, but it would not surprise me at all to see LeBron be the headliner here for this drop. I hope he doesn't retire in real life. That would be very disappointing, but he hasn't had a card in 3 months. It is February 14th. That was Valentine's Day when the card came out. It is now May the 1st. As I record this video, May the 2nd when the drop will come out. 2.5, almost 3 months. Feels like prime time for a LeBron James. That's all I'm going to say, plain and simple. And the same actually can be said with my other prediction. Nikola Jokic has not gotten a card since All-Star break. Same exact thing. Doesn't have 100 overall, doesn't have an invincible, one of the best players in the league. He's still in the playoffs as of right now, and he's playing very well. Just again, this is the time for a Nikola Jokic card. He hasn't had a card in quite a long time, and he also has not had a good card all year. One of those things that's generally true about Jokic cards is that they're not very good until we get later on in the year, but he is another guy who gets a point guard card every single year. He got one as the Pro Pass Award in season 7 of last year, which was a very good level 40. He was the Pro Pass level 40. Very good card. He was the level 40 in general. He got a point guard card out of position 2, which is again a throwback card. We could honestly see this same card out for Jokic, except 100 overall. And we got a hero point guard Jokic as well in 23. 2K22 2K22, we got in-game point guard Jokic, and I guess that was the only point guard Jokic in 2K22. 2K21, we got an invincible point guard Jokic, who was an amazing card, and then 2K20, we got a dark matter Jokic. We also did get a pink diamond who could play point guard in 2K22 or 2K20 as well. So almost every single year, Nikola Jokic has seen a point guard card. This is another guy. He has been in out of position before, but that might not be totally out of the question, considering we've already seen 2K reuse a couple of players who have been in previous drops before in the same drops. So, or the same name drops anyway, and not even at the same tier. So with that being said, I could absolutely see 100 overall Nikola Jokic dropping as a point guard eligible card in out of position. He also makes a ton of sense to me. My other prediction, and again, this probably is a little bit less common of a prediction, but I'm going to predict a 100 overall Jimmy Butler. We have not gotten a Jimmy Butler card in even longer than Jokic and LeBron. He is a big name right now, playing pretty well, at least a lot of this series for the Warriors. Was a huge reason that they won down the stretch, especially in game 4. And Jimmy's been doing a lot of really good things, so his name is definitely hot. He hasn't had a card since the middle of January, which is again 3.5 months. Feel like he doesn't even have a dark matter, let alone a 100 overall. Wouldn't surprise me for a guy who's popping off like that, and is a pretty big name in itself, to get a 100 overall and skip dark matter entirely. That would make total sense for me. He's also, I believe, had an out of position card in the past as well. Maybe it was 2K23 when he had an out of position card. His invincible could play point guard last year too. 2K23, yeah, he had this point guard out of position card. Another card who would kind of make sense to me as an out of position. Now, we're additionally probably going to see the giant shooting guard eligible guy, the 7'3" shooting guard, like the Manute Bol, who already got a card this season, so maybe it's not him, or somebody along those lines. We'll probably see one stupid giant shooting guard who's actually not that insanely good, but is very glitchy because of his size. We'll probably see a couple of like bigs at small forward, couple of guards as like small forward, power forward centers. They've done these Russell Westbrook cards at power forward center before. That's a card that would make sense, especially for like a lower tier card. It would definitely be understandable to see something along those lines. And again, there's a lot of other stuff we could get. Like, I would love to see an out of position point guard Denny Avdia, out of position point guard Luke Walton, who got an out of position pink diamond point guard card in 2K23 that was an absolute stud. Cards like that are the types of cards that I personally would like to see in this drop. I want, if we do get out of position, which I think we're going to this week or next week, I'd be shocked if we don't. I would be legitimately stunned if 2K doesn't drop out of position one of the next 2 weeks. But when we do get it, pretty much inevitably, I really hope there are elite level budget cards in that drop, because that's the type of drop that could really mess up the pacing if it's hard. I'm not that the pacing's already good, but it could ruin the game even more in terms of the gameplay and the pay to winness of the game, to be totally honest. Not saying that it's not pretty pay to win right now, because it absolutely is, but hopefully we see some elite level budget cards, and I truly mean elite when it comes to out of position. That is what we need to see. With that being said, those are my content predictions for this drop here in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.